Good morning and welcome to episode 15 of the Bob and Kevin Show. On today's episode, we're going to cover headlines about Amazon, Apple, falling satellites, Elon Musk, and more. And of course, our internet famous YouTube quiz segment. It is Monday, March 12th. So please keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times and wait for the ride to come to a complete stop before removing your seatbelt. Thanks and enjoy the rest of your day with the Bob and Kevin Show.
Hashtag 25 views is not enough. Oh, man.
Yep. So let's get that view count up, people. And if you're watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you know when we go live. And I think it's over there.
Yeah.
There we go.
And we don't know if we just suck. We don't know if it's the algorithm, space aliens, or morning breath.
Totally the algorithm and
Okay.
my morning breath.
Yeah, I think it's... well, I did brush my teeth. I do that on a regular basis. All right, Bob. How was your weekend?
The weekend was good. Had my oldest came home for a few hours over the weekend. Started our Saturday morning with some live music downtown. So it was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh, we binged on a euchre get together. So I just use euchre. So I think you know what that means, Bob, but I don't think our international audience knows what the game of euchre is. And
Is that regional? Is euchre regional?
I believe so. And
I did not know that.
it's a Midwest thing. So you're familiar with euchre, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for those playing along at home, it's a card game. So that's what I did this weekend. All I have to say, it's a card game.
It is a card game.
It's really weird because we see people in person and not digitally through a screen. It's this weird thing I think will take over the world one day, where we go from this technology-based thing to like this in-person interaction thing. It's really weird. We should try it one time,
Nope.
as a society. So.
It's never going to happen.
Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and get our money's worth out of this right here. This is today's tech headlines.
And we're going on the clock.
And we're going to go on the clock as soon as Kevin can push the right buttons. Yep, looks like I found it. And today we've got Amazon might introduce its own branded checking accounts. Same-day checking, Bob?
It looks like they're going to partner with financial institutions because Amazon isn't actually one of them. But, as with Amazon and all things Amazon, it looks like they're going to be able to reduce fees and things like that. But this is still very much in its early stages. So it'll be interesting to see where this one pans out. What are your thoughts?
I would like to take this opportunity to say that Amazon is about to take over the world. And instead of calling it Amazon, I believe we should start calling it Ma Amazon, just like Ma Bell back in the day.
Bell. Got the ill communication.
I don't know. I think this is a step towards... Hey, why don't you just have a direct deposit from your employer, skip your checking account, and just go right to an Amazon gift card?
Yeah, I do like the fact that they're talking about how it could help younger shoppers and people who don't have bank accounts to get bank accounts. So that's kind of a cool... I mean, they're always into bridging some gap. But, just like everything else, what's the long game here other than take over the world?
But is getting a checking account hard? I mean, my teenager got one, and we did it in like 2 seconds online. I mean, it wasn't hard.
I don't know. We might be wearing our privilege here. So
I don't know.
Our experience isn't necessarily everyone's
Your
experience.
mileage may vary. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Well, it looks like next up we've got something to do with movies. Watching you watch the movies. MoviePass CEO proudly says the app tracks your location before and after movies. Anybody scared?
So do you know what MoviePass is, Kevin?
No, go ahead and tell me.
So MoviePass is a service that you can pay for. It's like, think of it as like a Netflix subscription or any of the other subscriptions, except you pay your monthly fee and you can actually go to movies in the movie theater.
Oh, very interesting. So that was an errant beat, by the way. So.
I heard that. That was weird. It's a service I caught in another news program similar to ours, talking about how, you can actually sign up for the service and you go to the movies. But now we see what the long game is. It's the data Data game.
All right, and we're having a little technical difficulties here at the Bob and Kevin show. So, Bob, this is the part of the show where I just say, "Can you please juggle while Kevin fixes some JSON?"
Yeah, no worries. So I'm going to go ahead and keep talking about MoviePass if that's okay.
Please do.
We've actually talked about it as a family here to see if it'd be worthwhile to do it. Now, the thing that I don't know, because I haven't looked at, I guess you'd have to get an account per person. And I think it's somewhere around that magic $10 a month. Maybe it's $9.95. Maybe it's $12.95. Who knows? But we can check that out.
So does the privacy bother you? Like they're tracking like where you're going before and after?
I think I've mentioned this on the program before, but I pretty much go through my digital life with no real expectation of privacy. So, I assume when I'm using Waze or any of those other, mapping programs that data is being collected somewhere. It just has to be. I mean, that's the long game for anything is that I think it said in the article that data is the new oil, which is true. It's been said before.
Data is the new oil. Wow. Okay. Well, heads up, some space junk that might be coming your way. So China's space station, we'll just skip that word, will crash to Earth within weeks, apparently. And apparently it can be anywhere between north 43 degrees and south 43 degrees.
It's a pretty wide swath.
It's pretty much where the entire human population lives. So
they do say that it's less than it's smaller than your odds of winning the lottery, of actually me getting hit by satellite junk.
That's interesting. That's definitely going to leave a mark if it bounces off your head.
Ouch.
Yeah, it would be cool if there was a way to track this. Besides this chart here, it tells you the altitude. I would like to know when it's going to hit, because it gives a 3-week window here that it might come down.
They said they might know better the week of, so I don't think there's going to be a tracking thing.
So the week of. So right now I'm tracking maybe the 24th through the 19th. I mean, that's still, if it's going to happen, please have it hit me before tax day, please.
There have been bigger ones too, by the way.
All right.
And we're on.
Blackberried patents. So while that apparently loads, so BlackBerry is suing Facebook.
Everyone. They're suing everyone.
WhatsApp for infringements on patents. So is this a case of, well, nobody's buying our products, so let's cash in our patents? Or is this a legitimate case of, hey, we own these patents, back off or get a license?
You know what? I think it was probably, might be symptomatic of patents in the Wild Wild West when these things first came out, because you see some of the things that they're challenging. It's like the ability to receive messages from multiple people, the icon related to chat, and then the indicator of the number of messages waiting. Those are pretty broad, sweeping patents that are used in pretty much every application. So I can't imagine that would stick.
Yeah, I don't know. What bugs me is Facebook has its own patents, and it totally expects everyone else to respect their patents. And so if they're infringing on somebody else's patents, why are you even getting, kind of like those don't mean anything. Why are they going out and getting patents?
So the way the patent works, do you have to flip them some coin if you want to use that feature in your application?
Yeah, it's a license. You have to license it. And the onus is on the patent holder, though, to defend it. So it's not an automatic thing.
Right.
All right. Hey, Bob, how's WordPress working out for you?
I don't do WordPress.
Oh, me either. But for 50,000 sites, congratulations, WordPress. You're the latest crypto mining platform there is.
Yes, and those numbers have gone up since the last time we talked about this. So this problem's not going away anytime soon, it doesn't appear.
And apparently the script at hand is CoinHive, which, interestingly enough, is actually a legitimate thing. So if you want to do this, crypto mine with JavaScript, CoinHive is legitimate. The problem is people are using it to mine for others with unsuspecting hosts.
Right. The sites don't know that they're doing that mining for them.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I guess I'm a developer because I can download WordPress and install a bunch of third-party plugins. Will that error come to an end? Probably not.
No, not anytime soon.
Nope. Okay, so next up, We do have a little bit of a defender here. It is Microsoft, defender of the crypto universe. So according to this article on Cointelegraph, Microsoft blocked more than 400,000 malicious cryptojacking attempts in one day.
And this is actually malware based, where it actually isn't it's bad software embedded inside of other installable software. So this is a little bit different than the website, but still kind of the same package delivery. Just one's a desktop app and the one's the other website.
So the harder it gets to mine, probably the more likely that there will be more malware to distribute the power of processing, right?
Must get more mining rigs.
And so while we haven't done it in a while, we can take a look here at some values. Looks like Bitcoin is kind of hovering around that 10K mark. Nothing's really changed here, which is another reason why we haven't really covered coins lately. No news, really. So,
Except malware.
Next up, we've got Uber cool driverless trucks. So Uber's self-driving trucks are now moving freight across Arizona. So, pop quiz for you, Bob. Did you even know Uber was competing with Tesla?
I did not. I was not aware that Uber was into I guess if I probe my memory deep enough, they were probably looking at driverless, Uber cars, but I had no idea they were into freight.
Yeah, so there was a big lawsuit recently about Uber got sued by, can't even remember who they got sued by. But yeah, they're definitely into driverless, but I had no idea that they were into moving freight and that they already had things on the road.
Yeah, they have prototypes out there.
Yeah, so these aren't completely driverless because right now, for safety reasons, they do have a dude in there or a chick or dudette. Sorry, insert correct term there. And so.
I believe the term you're looking for is woman.
Oh, I'm a dude. I want to know what the feminine of dude is, but okay, I've totally messed that one up. All right. Sorry, that's my best Alexa creepy laugh there. So apparently Amazon Alexas are laughing creepy at night, and there's a fix.
So it's not really that they're broken. I think the phrase was just too easily misinterpreted by the device. So they actually have changed the phrase. It used to just be Alexa laugh, and she will not respond to that now. You have to ask Alexa, can you laugh?
Okay. But if it's just completely quiet in a house and she does it, or is that bad? Is that fake news? Was she?
I don't know about the completely quiet. Something had to have been misinterpreted, but it's not like, could it have been like, oops, they caught us listening? Maybe, but for some reason I give Alexa a pass on the tinfoil hat, and I really shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure stuff's being collected right now as we speak over my shoulder. Just me.
The new oil.
Next up, I can't hear you. Maybe that's a good thing. So this is more of a life hack / tech hack.
Yes, this is also very relevant to the show.
Yeah, so obviously we didn't write all this stuff, so we're trying to not infringe on advertising, so all the advertising comes through, so we hope people don't hate us for using their content on our show. But one thing that we can't really tolerate is having a noisy browser, especially when you have 15 of them open. And so this little feature on Chrome is something you showed me, Bob, and it's just mute your site, and it works great. So pro tip.
Yes. Something I'm totally going to be using probably during the workday too, because when I'm looking for, when I'm coding as a Google developer, meaning I Google the answers I need. Sometimes I get annoying videos as well.
Ooh, I'm going to change my LinkedIn. I am a Google developer.
I am a Google developer.
Because I use Google to develop. I like that. That's awesome. All right. Hyperloop is coming sooner. I should have put more ers on there.
Nice.
Yeah, so Elon Musk's dream may come true, and soon.
And the thing that really struck me about this article is I had no idea that there were multiple players in this Hyperloop thing, and the competition factor is actually what's pushing this to market. There's other companies that have prototype tracks out in the desert, and they're actually working this problem. So that's pretty amazing.
Elon Musk reveals first photo of tunnel under LA to bypass traffic, and that just looks cool right there. Of course, and that's in North Vegas. So, this looks like a terrorist dream right here to me. This thing that works with physics because of a vacuum tunnel, and all you got to do is put a little tiny hole in here to have an explosive, reaction. I wonder how they're going to secure these sorts of things.
I'm a bigger fan of the below ground than the above ground for sure, but I think those above grounds might just be for testing.
I would hope so. It looks like it goes underground right there. It's like a transit station. All right. Alexa, Alexa, Alexa. And probably just, oh yeah, she's over there. I turned the volume down.
Marsha, Marsha, Marsha.
Amazon updates her, so you don't have to say her repeatedly. Why, Bob?
So basically what they're trying to do is make this more like an actual conversational experience. Traditionally, you had to invoke her call name because it does differ. You can actually set it to something else, but you had to invoke the call name every time you wanted to issue a request. This actually just extends the listening mode. You have to wait for a response, but then you don't have to invoke the name to make the next request.
So we've got two fairly close to each other, and we have to use one name on one and one name on the other. Otherwise, they both will try to respond to you and both try to play music, and they'll say, well, one of them will say, yeah, I can do it. Another will say, oh, you're streaming on another device. Would you like to switch? It just gets really confusing. The best thing for me would be able to just call it whatever the heck I want. Just say your word here and then go. But that's totally going to go against the branding because everything now is apparently branding. This is a branding term, not just
right. It's become Kleenex, but I kind of wish you could do the customization too. I think that the strength of the device is more important than the branded name of Alexa.
I agree because really this is an Amazon device and the whole Alexa thing is whatever. Okay, moving on. So heavy stuff here. So Elon Musk and the creator of Westworld made an inspirational trailer for the Falcon Heavy launch. And Bob, you showed this to me yesterday, and I was like, "Holy crap! This is a way worth the watch," and it was awesome.
I loved it just because it reminded me of the day that we covered the launch and how excited we were, especially when the double landing happened and all that cool stuff. So if you haven't caught that episode of us covering the Falcon Heavy launch, it is in our other stuff channel or other stuff playlist. What is that playlist called?
Bonus content?
Bonus content, yes. Or other stuff.
Actually,
but yeah, check that out.
Or was that a midweek? So we have bonus and midweek. I don't know.
Nope, that was under bonus content. So.
All right. What I really liked about this video is I came away with going, for lack of a better term, bleep yeah. Hey, this was awesome. And there's so many different camera angles here that apparently they got from, bystanders and whatnot. And there's a lot of human touch here because you see the kids here and, it's, imagine meeting those kids. And when I was their age, we had the space shuttle and I was like, yeah, that was, I remember how I felt. What about you?
It's a great hype video. I'm actually getting chills watching it again and we already know what it did. So yes. Also cool that that was the first time I'd seen the footage of the mist pad for the main booster.
Yeah, very, very cool. Oops, all snap. So Google, the next generation defense contractor. So what's scary here is Google's partnering up with the Pentagon, it seems, so they can kill things more efficiently.
Yeah, actually, there is a crazy, what is the Algorithmic Warfare cross-functional team is the team that's being created between the two. Just the name of that is so ominous.
Everything's got to be an acronym.
Algorithmic Warfare. That's where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. Algorithmic Warfare.
So one day I would like to corner you and talk to you about a lot of the ethical things about here. And this algorithm or algorithmic team is probably going to yield an algorithm. And at some point you got to have, if this is autonomous, some sort of conscience, some sort of moral code, some sort of ethos.
Yes, this is Wednesday's show topic, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to tune in Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the ethics of digital warfare or robot wars.
And yeah, and how we're already on a path to make the reality the Skynet / Terminator thing. And so we would like to talk to you about that on Wednesday.
Yeah, so this started from Google actually analyzing the video data archives, so that it kind of expanded into the drone thing.
All right, common sense AI control. This is a play on common sense gun control, right, Bob?
Yeah, that was kind of what I was going for. But this article just talks about the challenges of like you can't teach AI not to grab the red hot poker when it's still in the fire. So this kind of dovetails into some of our, how can you program those ethics in if you can't really give them any common sense? They just kind of do.
Yeah, and
They're like kids that never grow up.
Not gonna lie, this stuff totally weirds me out. That what is the motivation here? And the only thing I can think, there's got to be two. One's got to be money, and the other one's got to be, hey, why wouldn't we want to make this cool technology? And let me tell you, I can give you 9 reasons for every one reason. 9 reasons you shouldn't do this for every one reason you should be doing this. And very interesting. So speaking of kind of the funny here, somebody took the time here to see Spot migrate. So Spot is the Boston Dynamics robot, and there's a lot of them there. Very National Geographic.
Yeah, it's totally a play on the Planet Earth series for sure.
And is this what our future looks like, after the humans are gone, that we have nothing but these? Or will there be colonies where we have to quarantine our own creations so they don't eat us, for lack of a better term, turn us into batteries?
It was just funny. Someone did put a lot of time and energy into making that.
A lot of freaking time into that one. All right, so that is our final on the clock topic, Bob. I believe.
Yeah, that was the last one.
I believe. Are you ready for that time, Bob?
It is quiz time.
All right. That's right. Quiz time. Hopefully you won't be too hard on me today.
No, but I think I'm falling into a routine that most of my quizzes are going to be in that grab bag category. So it's kind of like everything and anything, mostly scoped within the past week. So it's kind of like a look back on the week prior with fun news things that I find.
All right.
So given that large scope, are you ready?
I'm ready to get them all wrong, as I have stayed away from the news for the most part.
Well, and this is why I have started out with something that I feel like you might get right.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with last week was the Oscars. So, last Monday we had just consumed the Oscars. So, not much that we could really have digested at that point. But we're about a week out from the Oscars now. And the first question is, what movie won for Best Picture last week?
What movie won for Best Picture last week? I watched the dang thing, and I should know this. I'm going to go with The Shape of Water.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
Very nicely done. The Shape of Water actually won 4 awards, including Best Director. So
I almost watched that last night. We ended up watching a different Oscar-winning movie for Best Actor.
And that was?
Darkest Hour.
Okay. So I'm the one quizzing you.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully that wasn't one of the 2 questions you had for me.
No. I would never put multiple movie ones in there.
All right.
So 1 for 1. Good job. All right, moving along. So there was a notable passing this week. Sir Roger Bannister died this week. He was the first to do what?
Run the mile under 4 minutes.
Nice. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Bannister was the first to run a mile in 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds at Oxford in 1954. But he was only champion for 46 days because John Landy broke the record. So it was basically the start of the tumbling of the 4-minute mile.
I was in the military. We ran a lot. I think the fastest mile I've ever clocked is 6.5, maybe.
That's moving. I mean, I think my best is like low 8s.
Wow.
So.
Oh, man. Yeah. In the military, you get, there's a chart based on how old you are. And, you have to score between here and here. And early days, I was moving fast. By the time I got out of the military, high 7s, because I was just like, I can see the end. The end is near. I don't care. So,
in all fairness to me, I didn't start running until I was in my late 30s. So,
holy cow!
Or maybe in my 40s. Yeah.
Man,
I think it might have been late 30s.
Wow, you're old.
I am old.
All right. 2 for
All right.
2.
2 for 2. This could be a record, a show record today. All right. So the last question relates to a topic that we discuss quite often here on the show. Which state has a new law to protect net neutrality? It's a multiple choice. I'll give you the multiple choice.
I don't need it. It is Washington State.
And without the multiple choice, Kevin goes 3 for 3, first time in show history.
Yeah, we need a soundboard for sure. But 25 views is not enough, so I don't think it's in the budget just yet.
It's not just yet, but man, that was nicely done.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Here, I'll pat myself on the back with one of my fake hands.
They're busy.
Later.
The fake hands are busy.
Yes. Speaking of which, Amazon hasn't picked their darn headquarters, and I still have my sealed envelope of truth. And you still have yours, right?
Yes, mine is right over there.
I see.
Oh, actually, it is in the shot.
Yes.
Oh, it wasn't earlier.
There it is. Let me make sure.
Right there, right on the wall.
All right. So Amazon, can you help us out? Can you just pick something for crying out loud? Oops. Let me add that there.
We're still on the clock.
I don't know how to run this show. Jeez.
You're the best. That's why you're the best in the business.
You lie.
I always say that. So yeah, didn't they say that they were going to have a pick? Did they say in 2018? Or did we make that up?
I think so, but when you want to spend the kind of coin they want to spend, I think you can adjust the rules to see.
Yes.
All right, Bob.
They can set the rules. All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it on that today with a quick little on the clock and a quiz. How's that sound to everybody watching?
You know what? You're kind of like my favorite home device. Instead, you're called Bob. I can say, Bob, what's the catchphrase?
Bring the lightning.